You're listening to the Retro Hour podcast, and it is time for our favourite bit of the show where we get to welcome on this week's very special guest. And recently, we have been on a bit of an Amiga jungle tip. Of course, we had the legendary DJ Aphrodite on recently. And our guest this week has caught the attention not only of the retro and the Amiga communities, but also the music scene in general, after he featured on this really popular video on that Sound on Sound magazine's YouTube channel. So to talk more about that and his amazing work that he's doing on the Amiga, let's say hello to the superstar Pete Cannon. Hey, Pete.
Hi, mate. How you doing? You all right?
Very good, thank you. Now, we are going to talk about your music production that you do on the Amiga, but it's always interesting to kind of find out your roots and kind of go back to where it all started for you. I mean, what initially got you into, like, computers? Where did it all begin?
I must say first, that was a solid intro. Thank you. That was...
Anytime.
Well, I don't know if it counts, but it was like a Nintendo, like an NES. Do you remember the original one with Mario and Mario 2? But I think that when they got the Amiga, I was 11 years old, and it was the Captain Planet set. And I think that was the catalyst kind of thing that got me into it, really, a bit more than just kind of playing games. Kind of getting into the demo scene, picking up various, like, discs at markets and things like that, and going, oh, this computer can do other things. So that was kind of the Amiga, really. But first thing was the NES, and then followed with the Amiga. I was about 11 years old.
And that was Dan's favourite game as well, Captain Planet.
Well, I got the same one, yeah. I got the Captain Planet pack as well. I remember that Bart Simpson animation, you know, when you put it on, you saw the spaceship come down, like watching that and being like, wow. Well, what kind of like mastering and processing do you do on the Amiga stuff? I mean, do you do any things to kind of clean up that sound then, or do you keep it raw?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's got to do a lot. So it goes out of the Amiga into a little pedal which has a compressor in it, just a touch, like just to knock the dynamics down a little bit. Then it goes into my desk. It's EQ'd from there. And then, you know, you group the drums, EQ and compress, and then separate the bass. And then they'll go to the master. So, yeah, it's a whole process to kind of... You have to give the Amiga life. It can sound a bit dull coming just straight out of it, you know? I don't know if you've found that, like, making tunes or just, like, you know, getting sound out of it. What do you reckon?
You know, I found I was using it on big sound systems, and I was like, this is sounding rubbish. And then someone's like, oh, you know, there's a high-pass filter in there that you can turn off. And then I turned that off, and I was like, oh, my God, this sounds like a synthesizer or something. Like, the levels went crazy. It was great.